Hi, hello. I'm Marina, that one girl that likes to talk a lot about houseplants, and welcome to Millennial Planter. Today is another monthly favorites video. I know it's everybody's favorite. These always do really well for me, and thank you so much for that. But it is my monthly favorite video where I shared 5 plants that I have been really into the past month and some planty products I also have been into the past month. I used to do 7 plants, but I think I'm sticking to 5. I feel like that's a good number. That way I'm not burning through my whole collection and showing you guys the same plants, although I kind of already do that. And as always, before we start the video, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You're here, you're listening to plants. I talk a lot about plants on my channel, so just join the plant community. I would love to have you. Also, give the video a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you like the video or not, let me know. Anyways, without making the intro too long, let's get into some plants. I just want to tell you guys, this is going to be a very heavy Hoya related video. I'm sorry for all the Hoya content. Actually, no, not sorry for all the Hoya content. I just think they're all waking up now that it's spring and they're all exploding with growth. And you all already know I love Hoya, but lately they have just been really bringing my heart some joy. And I love sharing them. I love getting people on the Hoya train, because I feel like a lot of people start out with their plant collection not liking Hoyas, kind of like me, and then somewhere along the lines they just get into it. I'm starting to see a lot of love on TikTok, like Hoya love, and I gotta say, I think it has a lot to do with me. Okay, no, I don't have that big of a head, but just, we got a lot of Hoyas today. So, with that being said, I have to show you the first plant, which is none other than Hoya Bella. Do you see that? Do you see that? Look at it. Oh, it's so pretty. I actually took this cutting for a trade from my mother plant, my mother Hoya Bella, who's a lot longer, and the trade never really worked out, which is fine. I have just held on to this baby for a while. I wanted to wait for her to get kind of bigger in order to either trade her or give her away. I just wanted to have, another fully established Bella, and my mother Bella has so many peduncles, but they're always blasting. She is the queen of blasting them, and I just recently put her in ceramic, so I'm hoping the moisture will help. But I saw these little peduncles forming, and I didn't really think that anything was going to happen because, like I said, my Hoya Bella blasts its peduncles all the time. I hear people say this about their Bellas as well. So I just left her in my prop bin. I let her do her thing. I slowly watched those little peduncles buds just get bigger and bigger and bigger until she opened up. And I just saw her this morning, so I'm so happy. Honestly, these are I know I say it all the time, but I love these blooms so much. That corona is just so pink, which is the center of the plant, of the center of the flower is called the corona. That corona is just so big and just pops out at you, and it's such a pretty pink color. They're very gelatin-like. I definitely would want to eat these if I saw it on the floor. I don't know, Hoya flowers, I always want to eat them, they just look so tasty, and doesn't have much of a scent yet. Like, it's a very faint floral scent, very, very faint. So I'm wondering if it will get stronger as the blooms age a little bit, because they've only been open for maybe a day or two. And it's just so exciting to have this little plant that I started from cuttings have fully bloomed blooms. I'm just gonna say now, these are like number 1 for top favorite blooms, and then behind that would have to be David Kamingii, and then definitely my Hoya DS70, just for the smell, that butterscotch smell. It's so good. If you want to hear my top 4 tips on how I get my Hoya to bloom, I'll leave that video linked down below. You can check that out. Next plant is not a Hoya, and it is my absolutely stunning Ficus Umblata. Look at how big that leaf is. This is like the second newest leaf it's come out with, because it is putting out this leaf here now, and as you can see, this was the previous leaf. I'm pretty sure this was patient 0 of my whole thrips outbreak when I had them in my grow tent. It was a horrid experience. I will also link that video down below. And it had just this one little leaf that was covered in diatomaceous earth. My 5-year-old even said that it was rotten. Hey Emma, what did you say about this leaf again?
It looks rotten.
It looks rotten.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Gotta keep it real, you know? Kids are always keeping it real. Probably about 2 weeks later, it started pushing out this leaf, and it is just stunning. I am shocked. Like, not only is it like a perfectly shaped umbellata leaf, but it's such a big one compared to this small dinky one that it has. And this is why I love umbellata so much, for these leaves exactly. They're just so pillowy and big, and they're unlike any other ficus. At least the more common ficus that we see have these hard leaves, you know? Ficus umbellata is not like that at all, and I can't wait to just see her fill out and grow even more. I'm also thinking about maybe propagating her and cutting her just to see what would happen. I have a lot of plans for some of my bigger plants and cutting them back, kind of like my Dieffenbachia camouflage. That thing is as tall as me, so it's definitely going to be getting a chop. I'm excited for that. Okay, now we're going to actually talk about a product, and I actually talked about this in my houseplant tour, but I figured I would just make like a little dedicated section to it, and it is a trellis. It is a Arca trellis. These trellises are actually really cool. It's from one of my friends, actually, Ara. She is in my local plant community. I did a houseplant tour with her that I'll also link down below if you want to check that one out. But she makes these adorable trellises. They're acrylic. They come in 2 different sizes, I think. So it's this size, and then it comes in a bigger one. And then she also has clear ones, and she's coming out with a few colors as well. I think she's doing neon and silver, so I cannot wait to get my hands on those. But I really just love the shape of these. They're really easy to put on, and they're really easy to trellis your Hoyas on. I have 2 currently. So this is my Hoya Obscura, and then this is my Hoya Ficii, and they're just so sleek, you know. You can it's really hard to show on camera too, because they're see-through, but look at that. They're so freaking cute. I love them a lot. I'm definitely going to be placing another order with her. You can also order little butterfly clips to help your Hoyas or plants, whatever plants really, attach to the trellis. So they're just really neat, and I really love aesthetically pleasing trellises. So I will leave this link down below. It's not an affiliate link, it's just her website link. Sometimes they do go out of stock, so follow her Instagram, which is Propagation Diaries. And then also you can sign up for a newsletter if you're interested in when she restocks. And if you're local and in Atlanta, she just released them at Flora Fauna as well, which is so dope. Good for you, girl. So happy for you. That's amazing. So Flora Fauna, they have Arca trellises there if you want to go see them in person and check them out, but highly recommend them. Can't wait to get my second order. Now, next we are going to go to Hoya Polyneura. Y'all, can we just talk for a minute about me and Polyneura journey? I had a Polyneura for a while, and it was doing really great, and then what happened? I cut it one too many times, twice actually, and it just never rebounded. I had a little piece propagating, and my dog, Roxy, when she was a little baby, a little cute puppy, she tore it up. She got into it because it was downstairs in a very accessible place, and she tore it up. You know, she was fine, thankfully, but after that, I was just like, I'm done with Polyneura for a while. But my friend actually sent me a cutting of hers, and look at it. It's doing so well, and I am so excited to have a full Polyneura finally. Finally, after struggling so long with trying to rehab mine, I have a beautiful, healthy, growing Polyneura. I mean, just look at that. Those veins, oh, it's so pretty. It is so pretty. I love, love, love this plant. And the fact that they call them a fishtail Hoya makes me love them even more. I love like all things marine life, you know. I was going to school for marine biology for a while. My name is Marina. So it's a whole thing, you know. It's kind of my identity at this point. But yeah, fishtail Hoya. The minute that I knew what this plant was and what it was called, I immediately needed it, and now I am not going to cut this plant until it is like, I don't know, 12 feet long because I'm so excited. Just so freaking cute. Maybe one day we'll get some blooms, but right now I just want to work on growing her out. Now, switching to a non-Hoya, this one is probably going to shock a lot of people, especially if you've been following me for a while. But it is none other than a variegated string of pearls. It's so crazy, right? Okay, first of all, like, how cute is she in this little dog planter, but it's really glary. So let's just take that out. Oh, but here she is. Trust me when I tell y'all, I have killed 4, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 regular string of pearls, just the regular green ones. They die in my hands almost instantly. I have treated that one the same as this one. I've even gotten a regular string of pearls at the same time. I got this one. I actually got this one in a trade last summer, and that one just happened to die. I don't know. I treated them the same. I watered them around the same time. Like, I usually water them when the pearls are kind of sad looking. I did the same thing for the regular one, but somehow this variegated one has just been thriving and living its best life. And I've always loved pearls, so I've always been so salty that I haven't been able to keep them alive. But here we are. I blast this girl with light. Blast. You can see some of her little beads at the top have even turned pink, and that's because she is right under the brightest grow light that I have, and she just stays there and she just lives her best life. Every time I look at her, I'm shocked, genuinely shocked that I have, like, she's doubled in size since I've gotten her. So not only is she living, but she's growing and literally thriving. I don't know, it's just so crazy to think about. The one plant that I can't ever keep alive, that somehow the variegated one are kept alive. And some people might think maybe I'm taking better care of it because it's variegated, but I don't. I treated them both the same, and then here we are. So I'm not going to complain. Not going to complain one bit, and I'm just going to hold my breath and hope that she doesn't die on me because I really freaking love this plant. Ooh, I just lost it. Pearl. But yeah, it's super cute, super adorable. Can't even believe that. So now actually I'm going to go to my last product. I only have 2 products this time around, but this product has really come in handy, especially as I've been collecting Hoya, and Hoya have so many clones and numbers and just really weird names. And I'm the type of person that likes to remember the scientific name, the common name, when I got it, and how to spell it. I don't know why, I'm just like that. So I'm in the process of labeling specifically the Hoyas that I don't remember or can't spell, like Hoya Crespetialata. Yeah, I couldn't tell you how to spell this to save my life. Or like my old man cactus, instead of calling him an old man cactus, I would like to know that his scientific name is Cleostocactus straussii. Now, is that actually how you pronounce it? I don't know. But then also, he's known as a silver torch cactus, which is really cool. So I just like to have those. So obviously, if you don't know, I am really into plant tags lately. So originally, I started with these bamboo plant tags. They're super affordable. They're on Amazon. I will have the links down below. But they do tend to rot within a couple months, especially if you have a really thirsty plant. This will just rot right off, but they're super cute, you know. They're bamboo, and I like them a lot just because they're really adorable. So actually at my job tray leaf, we have these, which are inspired by little leaves. They're plant tags. They're called folias, and they have a rubber bottom to them so that they don't rot as easily. I actually haven't had any of my trellises rot yet, and I've had them for about a year, so that's pretty much about the time I started working for the company, and when we first opened up, it's been about a year, and so they're still going strong. This rubber that we use is really great. Also, like, we're environmentally friendly, which is really great. We try not to use anything that's not biodegradable. So yeah, I'll have these links down below as well, but I use these a lot of times to label my plants, and then when I run out of those, I have these just good old-fashioned plastic ones, not biodegradable, not the best earth-friendly thing, you know. They're available through Amazon, but they get the job done, and they have a lot of space that you can write on, and they're just like square, you know, not really aesthetically pleasing, white. So preferably I like to use the folias or even the bamboo ones, but right now at the moment I only have the plastic square ones. So like I said, I don't use them on all of my plants, but they're really helpful when it comes to those tricky scientific names and clone names like the EPC 901s, 375, 274. You know, you guys know. I'm sure you have seen a Hoya with some weird numbers and some weird letters ahead of it, and trust me, I can barely remember my kid's birthday, yet alone the names of all these plants. So the last plant that I want to share actually is my Hoya Crespetialata, because this plant is just so cool. So cool. It was a plant I didn't know I needed until I got it, and I actually got it, I want to say maybe it was in a trade. It was either in a trade or I purchased some Hoyas from somebody and they included this plant. But as you can see, the new leaves come in really veiny and kind of dark. You can see the back, and then over time that veininess does go away and fade, but this plant is such a fast grower. I just cut it a couple months ago. You can see right there, and it already shot out this huge tendril, which is so cool. It is just such a fast growing Hoya. So this is actually my next plant that I'm going to trellis with the Arca trellises that I just showed you, and I love it a lot. It's such a cool Hoya, and I kind of feel like it's really underrated. A lot of people want to go for the variegated one, which is fine. The variegated one is cool, but personally, when it comes to like variegation and silver splashiness, I will take veins and big leaves over variegation any day. So Hoya Crespetialata, really freaking cute, and the lighting's not the best today, but you can see it has little baby leaves coming in, and I would definitely highly recommend this plant, this Hoya, if you're getting into Hoyas, because it is just that easy. And before I wrap up the video, I have to give a shout out and an honorable mention to my Hoya Sarawak. I know I've probably talked about this plant often. It's honestly, it's my favorite Hoya. Everything I love about Hoyas is in my Hoya Sarawak. We have the veins and the big leaves. It's the big leaves that get me, because one day this is going to be big and it's going to be trellised, and I'm not going to know what to do with it because the leaves are going to be so massive. I know that's probably not something people think about as a good thing, but I'm really excited for that point. Hoya Sarawak, as you can see, is growing so well, which is why I had to mention her. Look at those beautifully sun-stressed leaves. She's still in my grow tent, which is why she's growing really sun-stressed like that. And over time, they do fade down to just regular green, but they will have this really beautiful maroon color for a while. And you can see the little aerial roots. And you know that I really love a plant when I haven't cut it yet. There's a reason why I don't have big plants, and that is because I cut them often. I'm constantly trading and sharing my plants, but this plant I am determined not to cut. I have no need, no want to cut this, because I just want it to be big and I want to trellis it. And yeah, I'm just really excited about my Sarawak. And this is also another plant I never thought I would have in my collection, because there was a point where they were going for a lot of money. It was pretty crazy. Definitely the one with the biggest leaves in my collection, so I'm definitely trying to get more big leaf Hoyas this year. Hopefully it works out. And that, my friends, wraps it up for today's video. My top 5 plants of April, and I am just so excited for spring. I have so many plans, I have so many propagations, so many exciting videos coming, and some of them are going to be outdoors, a little bit of outdoor gardening, so hopefully you're all excited about that. And definitely let me know in the comments down below what plants have been stealing your heart this past month. Are they all growing for you? Are they all just taking off like me? Also, are you a Hoya head? Did you start your plant collection and hate Hoyas? Let me know. I want to know. Let's talk in the comments. If you haven't already, give the video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and as always, I hope you're staying safe, sane, happy, and healthy. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!